Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hashim. So in this video, the last two problems, 9th and 10th problem on trial balance, I'm going to explain. So this is the last video on problems of trial balance, so watch it carefully. Hope already you understood the meaning of the term trial balance, why it is prepared, how it is prepared. All these things I've already uploaded in the theory video. So if you have not watched, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel, select the subject accounting. In that, select the video of trial balance, watch the theory video, be acquainted, be sure about the concept of trial balance, how to make it. And already 8 problems we have done in the last video. Till the last videos, we have completed 8 problems on trial balance. So before starting the 9th and 10th problem, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. So go to the link, take a printout and keep it ready before watching these problems on trial balance. So take a screenshot of the solution of the problem which I have given on the board now, so that it will remain a permanent copy with yourself, so you can be able to write in examination with confidence. Take a screenshot of this solution given on the board. Come on, 9th problem I am reading out. See carefully. Put the below figures into a trial balance. So all the account balances are given. We have to decide which item should be taken in debit column and which amount should be taken in the credit column. That's the only thing you have to remember. I have explained you in detail in the last video. Remember, all assets, expenses, losses, debit column. All liabilities, incomes, gains, credit column. Credit column. The next one is capital or equity, always credit balance. Drawings, debit balance. Sales revenue, credit column. Sales return or revenue return, debit column. Purchases, debit column. Purchase returns, credit column. Right? Similarly, depreciation. If only depreciation is given, debit. Provision for depreciation, credit column. Irrecoverable debt, debit column. Allowance for irrecoverable debt, credit column. Similarly, the next one is regarding accrued expenses, liability, credit side. Prepayments, asset, debit side. So these are the rules you have to remember. Opening inventory will be taken in the debit column, but closing inventory normally will not be taken in trial balance. These are the points you have to remember whenever we make the trial balance. Now see the 9th one. Put the below figures into a trial balance. So 9th problem, trial balance at 31st December 2018. Now one by one. Sales revenue. So sales revenue, just now I told you, credit column. Take it in the credit side. Sales return, debit column. 12,365. Then inventories at 1st January 2018. This is the opening inventory. Because we are closing the accounts on 31st December 2018. So beginning of the year is 1st Jan. So 1st January 2018, opening inventory, debit column, 23,333. Purchases, debit column. Purchase return, credit column, 7,365. Rent, wages, electricity, administration, fuel, carriage inward, insurance. So you can see the problem, all these are the expenses. Rent, wages, electricity, administration, fuel, carriage inward, insurance. All these are the expenses, and expenses will show debit balance. So you can see here rent, wages, electricity, administration, fuel, carriage, inward, insurance. So from rent to insurance, all these are the expenses that should be taken in the debit column. Next comes building. Building is an asset. It will show debit balance. So building, asset side, 2,50,000. Motor vehicle asset, that will also be taken debit column. Then trade receivable, it is an asset. So debit column, 43,000. Bank balance should be taken in the debit column. If bank overdraft is there, we would have taken in credit column. If only bank is given, debit column. Then cash balance, it's an asset. So debit side. Trade payable is a liability. Trade payable is a liability, so credit column 18,000. Bank loan is a liability, so credit column 25,000. Then capital equity, always credit balance 90,000. Then drawings should always be taken on the debit column. So drawings, debit side 25,850. Inventories at 31st December 2018. That means closing inventory. That will not be taken in trial balance. Remember that point. Closing inventory should not be taken in the trial balance. We have taken all the items given in the problem in the respective columns, debit column and credit column. Now we'll find out separately the total of debit column and total of credit column. The debit column total is 10,18,365. 10,18,365. And credit side also, if you take the total, it is coming to 10,18,365. That means the trial balance is tallied. The total of debit column and the total of credit column are equal. There are no errors in the books of accounts. No need of any suspense account. The total of both the columns are equal. That's it. This is the problem number 9. Now I am going to explain you the last and final problem, problem number 10. Anvi has partially completed a trial balance for the year ended 31st October 2019, but is unsure about the following account balances. So this Anvi is an accountant, but not sure about how to make the trial balance. So partially he has completed the trial balance, but some amounts he has not taken in the trial balance. He is not sure where it is to be taken. Should it be taken in debit column or should it be taken in the credit column? Not sure. So which are the item the Anvi is not sure? Capital 1,30,000. She doesn't know. Then carriage inward, carriage outward, drawings, mortgage on premises, return inward, return outward. These are the items for which the accountant is not sure where it has to be taken. So without these items, the other items the accountant has taken in the respective columns. Complete the trial balance below, enter any difference as the bank balance. If any difference arises in the total of debit and credit column, then that difference should be transferred to bank balance that it is saying. Now, next page, trial balance is given, but some of the items are not given, some items are given. So here I have prepared the Anvi trial balance at 31st October 2019 debit credit. Capital in the trial balance it is not given, but before the trial balance it is given how much is the capital? 1,30,000. Now you must know where capital should be taken. We already know capital should be taken on the credit column. So I have taken capital credit column 1,30,000. Next item, carriage inward, carriage outward. We already know carriage inward, carriage outward, both are expenses and both should be taken in the debit column. So how much is the carriage inward? 1,000, carriage outward 855. So 1,000 and 855 should be taken in the debit column. Similarly, next one is drawings. Anvi doesn't know where drawings should be taken, and we know that drawings should be taken in the debit column. So how much is the drawings? 5,535. So 5,535 debit side. Then general expenses, already Anvi has taken 10,400 correctly. She is correct in taking that amount in debit column. General expenses 10,400. Insurance 9,500. She has taken correctly. Inventory at 1st November 2018 18,780 debit side correctly she has taken. Mortgage on premises she has not taken. The accountant doesn't know where this mortgage on premises should be taken. Actually, mortgage on premises is the loan taken on the security of premises. Loan taken on the security of premises. That is called mortgage on premises. It's a loan. It's a liability. So mortgage on premises is a loan. It's a liability. So credit side. So how much is the mortgage loan? Here it is given 70,000. So that 70,000 will take it in the credit column. Mortgage premises mortgage on premises 2045. That is to be taken on the debit column. It should be taken on the debit column 70,000. Then premises at cost. The premises at cost also she has not taken. Premises is 1,50,000 debit side. Premises 1,50,000. Next one is purchases 62,500 debit side she has taken correctly. Return inward she has not taken. So return inward 515. Return inward means sales return debit side. and return outward is purchase return. Purchase return should be taken on the credit side, 750. The next one is revenue. Revenue she has taken on the correct side, 1,26,500. Revenue 1,26,500. Trade payable 20,110. That is also correctly she has taken, right? And one thing is there. So one mistake we have done here, mortgage on premises. Mortgage on premises, it is incorrectly taken. Actually, it's a liability. So mortgage on premises should not be taken in debit column. It should be taken in the credit column. 70,000. 70,000 here it should be taken. Just now I have explained you mortgage on premises ka matlab loan taken on the security of premises. Loan taken on the security of premises, right? Then this total is also incorrect and this amount is also incorrect. I'll make the correction here. So one mistake was loan on mortgage I have taken in debit column. It's a mistake. It should be taken on the credit column. Now we'll check. Then last one, trade payable 20,110 and trade receivable is 12,010. And wages and salaries are 26,000 debit side she has taken correctly. And lastly in the problem it is given that any difference in the debit and credit total that should be transferred to bank balance. That is specifically given in the problem. Now we'll find out what is the total on the debit side and what is the total on the credit side. So separately we will write down debit total and credit total we will write down separately. Debit total, credit total. Now we'll check. Debit total 1,000 plus 855 plus 5535 plus 10,400 plus 19,500 plus 18,780 plus 1,50,000 plus 62,500 plus 515 plus 12,010 plus 26,000. It comes to 307,095. 307,095. This is the total on the debit side. Now total on the credit side, 1,30,000 plus 70,000 plus 715 plus 1,26,500 plus 20,110. That comes to 325. That means credit side is more balance. Credit side is 3,47,000. So I am writing 3,47,325. 3,47,325 I am taking, right? Now, what is the difference? The difference between these two amounts, 347,325 minus 307,095. The difference is 40,230. 40,230. Now this 40,230 should be written in that column where the total is less. In which column total is less? Debit column. Debit column total is less. So here I am going to write down 40,230. Balancing figure. So 40,230 is the balancing figure that is transferred to bank balance because it is given in the problem. Any difference in debit and credit should be transferred to bank balance. So bank balance is 40,230. How we got it? After taking all the items, the total of the credit side is 3,47,325, credit side. And the total of the debit side is 307,095. Difference between these two total is 40,230. 40,230. This difference should be taken in that column where the amount is less. The amount is less in the debit column. So debit column 40,230. That's it. So this is the end of problem number 10. So far I have completed 10 problems on trial balance and one complete video on explanation of trial balance. Inshallah, in the next video I'll come up with the short bits, short answers on this topic of trial balance. So watch till the end every video. Be acquainted, have good confidence on this topic of trial balance, and then in the coming videos I'll take up the other topics of the subject accounting.